Hello and welcome to this week's video. Today we are going to talk about leadership and politics. Today, the 9th of August 2022, Kenya is voting, and that's where I'm based. So I thought it wise to just talk about leadership and politics, just to give an overview, just a word in this election season. So when we are talking about political leadership, leadership basically involves multiple skills and talents. It has been said that an effective leader is someone who knows when to lead, when to follow, and when to get out of the way. This is a quote by Thomas Paine. And I think it's something that we need to ponder about when we are thinking about our current leaders that we are choosing. So effective leaders, what do? They know and do more than just give orders. Being in a political leadership position is not just about having the power to give orders. A leader who is effective has to be able to do much more. They have to have a shared vision for the future of the country. They should be able to come up with viable strategic plans for the present. It's not an issue of just saying that since I have a blueprint, just give things, and I'm giving empty promises which are not viable. Leaders need also to negotiate ways to achieve what is needed while also listening to what is wanted. Is the leader you're choosing someone who has the capacity to be able to listen and to be able to actually come up with strategy and plans and lead this country or whatever political leadership position is in, to be able to lead us to go to the future that we want to be able to achieve? That is something that you always have to think about when you're choosing our leaders. How do you define a good leader, and what is good governance? Good governance basically is something that really looks out for transparency in decision making, implementation, and an easy availability of relevant information. An effective leadership is proactive in sharing about values, vision, and the future. So when you're looking at the leader you want to choose, is this leader showing some of these things that we want to see in leaders, so that we know we're going to be governed in a good way? So I know the campaign season is over and most of us have made our decisions, but I just want to give you some few political leadership quotes that you should just ponder about. There's someone who is called Alan Huffman. He wrote in an article, "We Are Nobody." He said, "They were following me because I was ahead of them," which is no way to choose a leader. Following someone simply because they are out in the front is never a good idea, but it happens all the time. How many of us will go out today and just vote because our person looks like he has majority? We will not vote for that one who looks like they have a minority, yet we know that this would have made a perfect candidate. This is a person who has values. This is someone who has integrity. Don't just choose someone because he looks like he already has the numbers anyway. There's another quote by Susan Kasem which says, "To know the good from the bad, study a man's or a woman's history of actions and not their record of intentions." Most of our leaders are very good blueprints. They are done by technocrats, and they look good on paper. But if you look at this person's history, can you say that this person is actually a good leader based on their actions that you can observe from history? There's another quote by Israel Mo Aivo. He says, "Leaders say no to corruption. Anyone playing a role in governance and is not ready to do this is not a leader." Are the leaders we are choosing really given to fighting corruption, or are they given to actually looting even more. These are things that we need to ponder about. And then there's someone, Germany Kent, who said, to say nothing is saying something. You must denounce things that you're against, or one might believe that you support the things that you really do not. And this is where voter apathy comes in. Going to cast your vote means putting your voice in the leader that we are choosing. If you stay silent, you're actually saying something. If you don't go to vote, you're actually saying something. And that is, you are allowing bad leaders to get into positions. So I hope that you can ponder on these things even as you reflect on what you can do during this day. For me, I'm praying that may God raise leaders for our nations who will respond correctly to his demand for honesty. I'm sure if we get leaders who will stand for truth, our country can be able to go far. Our political leaders can be able to take us to the next level. And this applies globally because we have elections in various seasons in various countries. Every time we have a chance to engage in a political elections exercise, in whatever capacity we are, in whatever place we are, let's be able to do the right thing and make our votes count. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you again next week. Hopefully we'll have a new president by then in Kenya, and have a good day. Thank you, and